Howdy, y'all. Welcome to another edition of the Rob Duran podcast. We are here to talk some World Series baseball as that has come to a conclusion and also jump into some NFL picks for week 9. Fellas, how's it going, man?
What's up, Holmes?
What's up, everybody? How y'all feeling, man? Happy Halloween, happy holidays, festivals, all that.
You all have failed this city.
Mm-mm.
Speaking of failing this city, damn it.
Mm-mm.
Speaking of failing this city, damn it. I thought Sado was going to be the one to piss me off. I pissed myself off. I pissed myself off.
We haven't even started.
Yo, bro.
Hasn't said anything.
I don't give myself a chance, B.
Oh, man. Go ahead, get it off your chest, bro. I'll go next.
All right, look, listen. All I'm gonna just mention this, and I want you to take over from there because 2 outs, fifth inning, Anthony Rizzo fields that ground ball. He fields it cleanly. He has enough time to get there. However, Anthony Rizzo is coming off of injury. Garrett Cole was talking about this fire lit in him, and Garrett Cole didn't run to the bag. This is the theme with these Yankees all freaking season, B, where they don't hustle, they're lackadaisical, so much talent, but you're facing a team in the Dodgers with just as much talent as you, the second most talented team, and they're banged up. They don't even have all of their players. They don't even have all of their pitchers, and you have your ace on the mound, 2 games that you should have won. I know I was just going to touch on that fifth inning, but still, 2 games you should have won. The series, which are the 2 Garrett Cole starts, and then you have a game in which you're pretty much neck and neck the whole way. A bunch of errors, a bunch of this, a bunch of that. It pisses me off. And then the MLB propaganda, they don't even talk about how Shohei struggled. They focus on Aaron Judge, and then once they win the World Series, oh, look at what Shohei Ohtani has done for the Dodgers. They're golden boy, like you like to say, Roro. It pisses me off. We should be up 3-2 in the series instead of losing. However, I don't want to take away from the Dodgers. Mookie Betts ran that ground ball out. He hustled his ass off. Freddie
Mm-hmm.
Freeman twisted his ankle in September, and he played through injury in the postseason. That is what champions do. They deserve it. They won it all. The Yankees lost some games themselves, and the Dodgers didn't win those. However, the Dodgers won the series because even though they have all that talent, they hustled, they played hard, they had grit, they had that dog in them, and the Yankees just seem to have lost their identity. And post-game interviews are the ones where they're going to be like, "Oh yeah, we're going to make history." Well, do it on the diamond, do it in the game. Stop talking about it and be about it. I don't think I got it all off my chest, but I'm gonna just pass it along because I could go on for fucking days, bro. Pissed me off.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to kind of follow up on that. Normally, I'm the one that rants, but I'm glad that you did it today. Because that was beautifully said. I think with the Yankees, that fifth inning just unraveled, and I saw it a lot of times. I thought about it, like I saw it on social media. I thought about it as I'm watching it. This was the epitome of the Yankee season. That fifth inning was the Yankee season right there. Everything about that inning. The drop fly ball by Judge, routine fly ball, easy play. I don't know if it got lost in the lights or what happened. Um, and then that
Uh,
ground ball to Rizzo. One thing I will point out, both guys are at fault at it, but the way Rizzo fields ground balls, 98% of the time he's tossing it to the pitcher. And I think if you've played with Rizzo for multiple years, that's something that should be in the back of your mind, knowing, hey, ground ball to first, I got to hustle over there just in case as a pitcher, if you're in Garrett Cole's shoes, whether you're in the zone or not, because that gets you out of the inning. And despite the messy inning, the Dodgers hadn't scored up until that error at first base. So despite, the amount of pitches, how dirty the inning was, all that stuff, they still had 0 runs on the board. And that would have got them out of the inning clean. But the moment that happened, it was just like I saw it unravel. I'm holding my daughter and I'm like, well, this is it. We're about to experience the heartbreak here. And I kind of knew once that fifth inning and those errors, I was like, all right, this is it. And the thing about being down 3-0 is realistically, you know that at some point your team is going to lose. So I'm basically watching these games with playing with house money. Like I'm not super rah rah all this stuff, and I'm like, all right, let's just take it one game at a time. So they won game four in convincing fashion. You saw all the bats turn around. Game five starts, and it's like they're continuing, and I'm like, okay, this is what I expected games one and two. But now you're showing me this in games four and five, and it's too little too late. So it is frustrating. Obviously, the Dodgers did what they did, respect to them. Like Irvin said, they just played championship baseball. They did the little things. They took the extra base. They hustled. They played hard. They played great defense at every position. Their pitchers stepped up, and when their starting pitchers didn't have it, the bullpen stepped up. Um, Dave Roberts cannot be ignored. The moves he made, the pitching changes he made, lineup changes, the switches, all this stuff. He adjusted really well throughout the game. Even that bullpen game that they had, he saw things unraveling and said, all right, I'm not going to bring in my big guns out of the bullpen. I'm going to let these guys ride out. We'll take the L today. We'll come back tomorrow and win it. And it takes a lot to say that when you're up 3-0 and you want to close out a series to kind of let your pitcher out there just take hits. But, shout out to the Dodgers. Congrats to them. Um, I agree with Irvin. I don't know if you guys saw at the beginning of the postseason, they were hiding Otani's stats on MLB.com because he was struggling so much. And it wasn't until people started calling it out that they started posting it, which I'm not a fan of. I get that he's like the guy for MLB, but let's be fair in how we assess and criticize or praise players. But yeah, congrats to them. Freddie Freeman, an amazing story. I don't know if you guys know the stuff with his son that went on throughout the season, where his son got really, really sick and they thought he was going to die, actually.
Wow.
But going through all that adversity, the stuff he's been through with his father, the stuff he's been through with his own injury, to come out, do what he did in the postseason, in the World Series, win MVP. Congrats to him. Congrats to the Dodgers. Um, at some point, I'll record an episode kind of closing out the Yankees season. You guys are welcome to join me on that. I know last year I kind of had to do it on my own just to kind of let it all out. But yeah, man, congrats to the Dodgers.
Yeah, I mean, a little difficult to follow up with you guys. You guys almost covered all the bases, no pun intended. Uh, one, one play also in that fifth inning that I'm not sure if you guys mentioned was the
Volpe.
Volpe. Yes, yes, the Volpe also throwing it to third. I think it was he had the right idea. He just didn't execute it. I think that was the closest. But the thing is, kudos to the Dodgers. They're always hustling. And that's what created that circumstance. Mookie Betts added that pressure, got these two dudes in between. Maybe Garrett Cole was still thinking about the two miscues from prior, and he got a mental lapse. So, and I also think with that Judge fly ball, I think he was trying to double up the runner in first. So
Yeah,
that's what
because
caused,
you
because he
could see
wasn't
like in
looking
the
at the.
zoom in, yeah, he like looked away right at the
Yeah.
last second.
Mm-hmm. So in that time is like, all these mental lapses, like, bro, you're up 5-0. Your pitcher is pitching a gem. Just get
Again,
the outs. Let your
again.
pitcher, like that's
Exactly.
twice already that they let Garrett Cole, they just wasted a gem from him. And like that's why I was so like, it 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 waned heavy on me. Like those performances Garrett Cole was doing and like he wasn't getting much help defensively from his team.
Not to
Uh,
interrupt you, Cesar, but I also want to give credit to Cole because after that inning, he came out for two more innings. And any
right.
pitcher that throws 40 pitches in an inning after an inning like that, you don't see them back out there in the game. And he came out there and continued. So shout out to and play and shut him down after that. So,
With the pitch clock. Like he was
yes.
out there for like 17 to 20 minutes straight, no rest, with a pitch clock, and he held it together and it could have been even worse, I would say. But like you guys mentioned, shout out to the Dodgers. I mentioned this in the last quick hits we did. They just seem like the more experienced team. They seem like a team that doesn't fold and they make the right key plays when they need to. And the Yankees did what I said they shouldn't have done, which is they beat themselves one more time. again. And this is a team with the Dodgers. You can't make those mistakes. They're not gonna beat themselves. You just need to crack open the window just a little bit, and they'll just bum rush you and and it's over. You got captured. So
What's pissing me off again? Too much praise, B.
I mean, it's if not now, not never, bro. We'll never praise them if it's not today. So.
Yep.
Golly, bro.
But yeah, nah, I mean, listen, they proved they were the better team, man. They proved they were the better team. You can have all the talent in the world if you don't execute, it goes nowhere, man.
100%.
So
This is an inning that should be shown to kids on what not to do and what to do. This one inning after 2 outs is what you should do and what you shouldn't do. Give this to every minor league ball player. Give this to all these Yankee players that are on there now.
momentum is so important
Momentum.
in these playoff games. Momentum is everything. Like it's literally it was a collateral effort. Like it was a domino effect. Because it's okay if like one mishap happens and then boom, they'll bounce back. But this team, they know how to like stick together for real, for real. They stick together.
They
And
do.
they start making a collection of errors back to back to back. They'll hit back to back to back home runs, and they'll do back to back to back errors as well. So it's
Yep.
like,
That's
guys, I
fair.
love the team effort, but I think you
In
guys
the
have to
opposite
rock.
direction.
Yeah, it was just tough to watch. Love the Yankees. I was very optimistic for them this season, but there are a lot of key moments that kind of triggered me in these games. First game, Garrett Cole pitches amazing. We have the opportunity to win the game, and we screw it up. And then we don't learn from that. We continue to pitch to the same guy who keeps hitting home runs on us. Like we don't change up our thinking. Like, he's really hot right now. Let's not pitch to him, especially when there's runners in scoring position. Like, I don't know. There was just a lot that happened in our team hustle again, in all the games really. But they did show a lot of heart, I guess, in game four to win that game. And then game five, we were in position again to win the game. But that fifth inning kind of ruined everything. And then again, we still got the lead afterward. We got the lead and lost it again. And yeah. So it was pretty sad to see and watch our team lose like that. I felt like they didn't deserve it. That first game, I felt like we gave them our best shot with our ace, and we lost that game. And from there, it was a red flag to me. I'm like, okay, this is not gonna be the series we thought it was gonna be, because we lost the first game with our ace, and then the second game, Yamamoto, I think his name is.
Yeah.
He kills us, like perfect game almost. And that just put our offense in a hole those two games. So, shout out to the Dodgers, I guess. I didn't want to say that. I really wanted to go a different route, but try to keep it
I
PC.
appreciate you. Down to the Dodgers, I guess. Since y'all said it, I might as well. I don't want to look like a dick.
But the Yankees played like they didn't deserve it. So, kudos to the Dodgers for playing like a team and winning like a team. So we gotta reevaluate our team, learn from this. That's the main thing we have to learn or take into, just take in is learn from this loss. Yeah, I've been here before now. Yeah, know what it should take. If the opportunity comes again, finish the deal, close it out.
Yeah.
So
There's a lot of question marks, I think, going into the offseason with New York. Obviously, the big one is Juan Soto, who's a free agent. Scott Boras is his agent, so we all know how that goes. It's not going to be hometown discounts. It's not going to be none of that coming home parties. They're going to negotiate with all 30 teams. I mean, every team is going to go after
yeah,
Soto. So
I think the
we'll
Yankees
see.
are gonna have to overpay for him.
You have to. I think
Yeah.
any team will have to.
Mm-hmm.
He will get the second biggest contract behind Otani.
Nah, I think he's gonna get
I don't think he'll surpass because Otani's 700 million. It's deferred, but it's 700 million.
I
So it'll
think
be
he's
up there.
at least half, at least 500 million, at least.
Yeah, we'll see. But
Thank you. Appreciate you.
yeah,
Guys, another content.
we'll do an episode one
Awesome.
day doing some off-season stuff and going from there. But yeah, for
I just
now we'll
have
close. Go ahead.
one last thing to say for all the Yankee haters out there. Keep hating. We still got 27 rings. Y'all not even close. That's all I gotta say.
Talk your shit, boy. Talk your shit, boy.
I've seen
Congrats to
five.
the Dodgers, I guess, but we still got 19 more than you, baby.
Catch up.
Oh man. Thank you, Haciel, for putting me in a good mood.
You know.
You're the
On
man.
that note, we'll close the book on the World Series. I think it was one of the best postseasons I think I've seen in a very long time overall. Didn't end the way we had hoped, but definitely enjoyed watching every single game.
Agreed.
Yeah, but on that note, let's talk some NFL, week 9. I don't know if you guys want to touch on anything that stood out from week 8.
Real quick, gentlemen, I just want to say bye to everybody. Like, share, subscribe when y'all want, but I gotta go. I'm driving. Drive safely, everybody. Y'all take care.
Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
I'll see
Good
y'all,
luck.
gentlemen.
Thank
All
you,
right,
bro.
man. Good luck,
Yeah.
bro.
Appreciate you.
All right. So you mentioned week 8. What stood out for week 8? It was a pretty forgetful week for
I
me.
would I would think so.
I was happy about my Packers. Jordan Love injured his groin. They managed to win almost with 2 quarters without him and finish the deal. I think Matt LaFleur will be my pick and coach of the year thus far.
Mm.
It would
Over
be
Mike Tomlin?
oof. I mean, Mike Tomlin definitely is gonna be up there. I think Dan Campbell's gonna be up there,
Yeah.
but maybe the Vikings coach might be up there depending on how they finish. Uh, but yeah, I don't know. I just had Matt LaFleur because no, that is a good comparison. That is a very good comparison.
What about
Yeah.
Andy Reid for head coach? I feel like he doesn't win it
He
enough,
he
and
might
this
get
team is
some
undefeated.
consideration since the Chiefs have been technically Patrick Mahomes is having like his worst season ever.
Yeah,
And they're undefeated.
that is
Yeah,
true, and
And I know
they
it's a
lost their
defensive
star
effort.
receiver.
Yeah, they've lost receivers, but he
That's a
might get
good
some.
point with Hasio. Andy Reid definitely deserves his love. It's just we take these coaches for granted,
I agree.
similar to like Spoelstra and Steve Kerr and people like that. Like we just take them for granted after a while, or Popovich. But yeah, I honestly don't remember much about week 8. What the hell happened?
it was a wash.
Yeah, it was one of those weeks, man. And then mixed
Ravens
in with the
lost.
MLB playoffs too,
Oh,
with a lot of
The Ravens lost to the Browns. That was
yeah.
that was shocking.
Jets lost to the Patriots.
Don't remind me. I forgot about that. See, I guess that's what happened. I'm in denial.
Yeah, it was a wash. Everybody lost last week. Lost fantasy too. It
I
was
went 2-2, so I'm like
I went 2-2, so I'm
on
still at
20.
500.
I'm like on 20-12 right now.
bad.
So we're
Wait
looking
for the
at
review.
Haciel will figure it out
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how we end
one
up
of
at
these
the end.
days.
I just
All right,
keep
so
going.
I guess on to week 9.
Yeah. Forget week 8.
Yeah, I don't know what happened to week 8. I still don't know. All right, so yeah, the first game we have here that we wanted to touch base on was Chicago versus Arizona. The game will be in Arizona. Arizona's coming off a victory. Chicago's coming off of that Hail Mary. Now I remember something.
Mhm.
The
Yeah,
Hail
that's
Mary
true.
Jaden Daniels did. That's gonna be an all-timer
Mhm.
highlight, I would say.
I saw it as it was happening, and I think I was texting you at the same time. It was crazy to see it happen and develop. I was like, no way, no way. I was like, no way. Yo,
Yeah,
it was dope.
Yeah, it's like the moments we live
that
for.
Nah, that
Uh,
was awesome. Jaden Daniels is gonna be special for a long time if he stays healthy.
yeah.
Yes.
He's the
I
real.
like I do like this game though. Bears Arizona.
Hmm.
I think I'm gonna lean towards Chicago winning this game. I
Me
Mm,
think
too.
despite losing in the way they did, they were in a position to win last week. And I think they'll carry some of that momentum over, maybe kind of use it as motivation as well. Make sure that you tighten up some of the things that you saw defensively. And I think they'll take this game. Caleb Williams, I'm glad he's kind of shifted because he's starting to really get comfortable and do well. And I like seeing that he's playing much better than he did early on in the season. So I expect him to win this week.
all right. What about you, Haseo?
I got the Bears also. Similar reasons. It was a close game. I see this being a close game too, like 21-23 around there, like field goal game. Um, both offenses are pretty good, but I have the Bears having a little better defense a little bit.
Okay.
Um, and yeah, just because of how they lost last game, I feel like they're gonna come out swinging this game and
Mm.
they should be more disciplined this game. but yeah, that's what I got. Arizona's a pretty good team. They got talent all across the board, but they feel like they're still a little bit inexperienced or immature still. And they'll be there at the end of the season fighting for the division, but I think they're gonna lose this game.
That's interesting. Uh, this is a tough one, guys. Honestly, I don't know which Arizona I'm gonna get in this game. Last week they came from behind, they won. I was shocked that they won, but I don't know, man. Arizona's such an inconsistent team. I'm gonna go with the NFC North here. Chicago, they've gone through more. I feel like they're like Hasiel says, they're gonna want to bounce back, and I also believe they have slightly a better defense than Arizona. But this is gonna be a tight game. I'm going with the Bears. The next game we have on our slot are the Rams versus Seahawks.
Hmm. A tough one to call. I
That
saw
is
the Rams game last week was pretty good. Their offense looked really good. Koopa, I forgot his name right now. He
Puka
played,
Nacua.
yeah, he played really good. He had like 10 catches, I think, for like 100 something yards. And Cup played really good. And then the rest of the team just kind of flowed well. That offense just flowed well. And if they can repeat that this week, which I think they can, I see the Rams beating the Seahawks. The Seahawks aren't a bummy team. They're a really good team, but the Rams offense might be too much for them. And I'm not sure. The Seahawks last week they lost, I think, but Metcalf was injured, and I'm not sure if he'll be back this week. And without him, that offense runs a lot different. 'Cause he's a great run blocker as a wide receiver. And he's very explosive. He can take a ball and take it to the house. So if he doesn't play, the Seahawks, I don't think are really gonna win this game with against that Rams offense. So I got the Rams winning, and they might win like 30 to like 10 or 17.
Oh
ooh.
wow.
Oh, I remember one thing from last week. The Bills game was the blowout game, and I predicted that one. I finally got a blowout game.
Oh, there you go.
Thank you, Buffalo,
Wow.
of all teams.
They beat Seattle? Will they
Yes,
beat
yes,
Yes.
Seattle?
Seattle.
Hmm.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
Shout out to the Bills.
To the real New York team, as they say, quote unquote.
This game, I originally was gonna go Seahawks. I'm not gonna lie. But
Mm-hmm.
Asia, you kind of swayed me because I was 50-50 on this game.
Mm-hmm.
This was probably my toughest pick, I think, of the week of which game to pick. But I'm gonna switch over to the dark side and go with the Rams. I think offensively they are clicking, and they have an offensive genius as a coach as well. So I'm gonna go Rams in this one to take it. I see the Seahawks kind of going in that dip mid-season. Maybe they'll lose a couple games in a row here and then just kind of go up on a run later on in the season. But I don't think this is the week they'll win. So I'll go Rams.
I'm also going Rams as well. I feel like this team has a resurgence now. Resurgence with like Mahasiel mentioned, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup coming back. Kyron Williams has is like on a 10 game touchdown streak right now. So
Yeah.
he's another I know I mentioned Derrick Henry before, but Kyron Williams, anytime touchdown is a pretty safe bet right now.
Mhm.
And I think he's gonna score again this week. Seattle's rushing defense, hit or miss sometimes. And yeah, I feel like the Rams have some nice good momentum on their side. Plus, historically, the Rams play the Seahawks very well. Doesn't matter how bad the Rams are that season, even when they had the Legion of Boom, they were still losing to these guys when the Rams were nobodies. So, like,
Good
yeah,
point.
I think I'm gonna go with the Rams. For some reason, historically, they play the Seahawks very well.
Yes.
Next game on my personal favorite game. Next, Detroit at Green Bay.
Ooh.
The health
Rivalry.
status for Jordan Love, he's questionable. He says it's pretty realistic that he'll play, but that's something to keep in mind. But who y'all got in this game?
I'm gonna go Detroit, man. Detroit is clicking right now, very, very well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The Packers, I heard someone on social media call them the most questionable 6-2 team. I don't know if I
Wow.
fully agree with that because they are playing well. Jordan Love is playing well when he's out there, as long as he's healthy.
yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily call them a questionable 6-2 squad.
They've
Hmm.
won they've won
But
games with their backup though, right? So
yeah, that's why I found it kind of weird that I
that's a
saw that,
good
and I saw it
team.
a few times on social. I was like, "Am I missing something here? Like, what's going on?" But I just think this is more about the Lions playing the way they're playing. Their defense is doing their thing. Even missing Hutchinson, they're still playing really well defensively. So, and Jared Goff too, like he's playing lights out. So I'm
Yeah,
gonna go with the Lions. He's in the MVP conversation.
for sure. He is probably the hottest quarterback right now,
Yeah,
Jared Goff. I definitely have him top three MVP discussion, and I agree with both of you guys on everything you said. Detroit looks really good right now on both ends of the floor. But come on. Y'all know what time it is. I cannot go against my team. I'm going with Green Bay. They're gonna pull it off. Matt LaFleur, coach of the year. He gonna figure a way out. Brandon McManus, the signing of the year in the middle of the season. He gonna win it with a game-winning field goal. 27-24 Green Bay. Jordan Love does play, and Josh Jacobs continues to be hot. I think Romeo Dobbs is pretty hot right now. Jaden
yeah.
Reed has been hot the whole year. This team is flowing, man. The Packers, I love people doubting this team. I love it. I hope the more under the radar the Packers, the better.
Yeah.
The better. Keep it coming because this team didn't just almost make the NFC Championship last year. But
Yeah.
keep it going. Keep it coming.
But to
I love it.
piggyback off of that, I think the Lions coach knows that, and he's gonna come very
Mm.
aggressive towards the Packers. So I got the Lions beating the Packers because I think they're out on a mission. And if Jordan Love doesn't play, I really have the Lions, but I feel like they're gonna try to rough him up and take him out the game. And either way, so yeah, the Lions are clicking. That offense is flowing. That defense is very menacing. Um, they're like literally one of the top teams this NFL has right now. So
They may be like top two,
yeah,
top three at worst.
I have them top two. I have them second.
so
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying. The Lions, if I was not a Packer fan, maybe I would think differently, but I can't help it. Unfortunately, I'm a
got
fan.
it.
Could
Yeah,
be
So
like
I'm
that.
gonna,
yeah. I'm glad we didn't all agree on the third game all together again. But yeah, we'll see though. Not saying that the Packers are not gonna put up a fight, but I think the Lions just have a little bit too much. That running game, that dual head running game,
yeah,
those
yeah.
wide
Very
receivers,
good.
those tight ends, like that offense, like there's not much of a weakness on that offense.
The running game is what concerns me the most because the Packers, they historically are not good stopping the run like that. If the defense had a weakness, that would be it. This year, their safeties have improved a lot. Low key, the Packers have, they probably have the best safeties in the league,
Oh,
but at least playing wise, like
yeah.
statistically.
Xavier,
They,
I forgot his name right now.
McKinney
Yeah, from
and
the Giants.
yeah, and Evan Williams.
Yeah.
I do not drink Evan Williams anymore. I don't know how you guys are still drinking that shit. Kudos to ya. But my liver retired from Evan Williams when I was like 24 years old. But that's TMI. Yeah. No, the Packers. I love my team, man. I love my team. I know if there's any team that can pull it off right now, that can
Yeah.
put out that flame from Detroit, it's a divisional rival. So
Yeah.
Mhm. I
go
agree.
with that team. But Sunday night game, we have a pretty, you know, maybe a few weeks ago, this game we probably would have never thought we would have it in our slot. But my man Joe Flacco's back,
Yes, he is.
Super Bowl champion.
Yeah.
This team has actually looked very serviceable with him. So, and they're 500 right now. They're 4-4.
Hmm.
They almost defeated their rivals last week. They only lost by 3 points with the Texans.
Yeah.
But the teams I'm talking about, referring to, is Indianapolis versus Minnesota. It's at Minnesota, Sunday Night Football. Who y'all got in this one?
I actually got the Colts winning this one. I
I
got the
like
Colts
that.
winning this one. They're a good team. They've been a good team for the last few years. That defense is great. Especially the linebackers, EJ Speed and I forgot the other guy's name right now.
Is
Um,
Leonard still there, or did he retire?
the defensive tackle, I think.
No, the linebacker, Darius Leonard, or his name. I forgot his. Did he change his name?
I don't remember right
I don't
now.
remember.
Um,
He was a stud.
but yeah, I got the Colts winning this game against the Vikings. Vikings are a good squad. I just think the Colts are just gonna play harder, play with more effort. They I think they lost a close one last week.
Yeah,
Um,
by three.
and a lot of their losses have been very close actually. And a lot of it's kind of been questionable quarterback play. So they're gonna start a more experienced quarterback in Flacco, who has been playing pretty hot. The last few times he has started for other teams as well. So I think that experience is gonna be impactful for that game. And if anything happens, they could just go back to the other quarterback or whatever. So yeah, so I got the Colts beating the Vikings. Vikings have a very good offense as well. I just think the Colts defense is gonna lock them up. And that's pretty much it.
Yeah, after the Vikings' hot start, they started 5-0. They've lost two in a row. So you kind of question like, all right, were they actually for real in that 5-0 start, or what's going on? The Colts have been playing really well. I kind of like Joe Flacco in that position starting because he, like Hasiel said, he did very well when he was starting. But I'm gonna go towards the Vikings here because I don't think they're gonna allow themselves to lose three in a row and fall further back in that division because you just cannot because that division is the best division in football, um,
Mm.
hands down. But I'm gonna go Vikings here, and I think they're gonna do really well. I'm not gonna say blowout per se, but I think it's gonna be a convincing game where the Vikings and Sam Darnold do their thing. I
Mm.
don't think I picked a blowout this week, but if I had to pick one, this would probably be it.
Oh wow.
Wow.
What do you have the score being?
I'd probably say maybe 21-3 kind of thing.
Oh wow. Damn.
Wow.
I'm actually surprised.
But like I
uh
said, I don't think it'll be a blowout. That's just me picking a blowout to pick a blowout.
okay.
Yeah, yeah. This is another tough game for me. Um, this Minnesota defense, how good are they? They look pretty good. This Colts defense looks pretty good. Honestly, both of these two teams have good They probably have the defenses that the Jets think they have, but that's neither here nor there. Uh, but oh man, this is tough. I think I'm gonna go with Joey Flack, man. I think I'm gonna have Joey Flacco pulling it off and shocking the world in Sunday Night Football. I feel like Minnesota's gonna go down uh, a 3 game losing streak. The last time Minnesota went 5-0, they lost five in a row or some shit like that. So
Yeah.
What?
that's something to look out for. But I don't think they're gonna be that bad. I don't know. I
Yes.
have the Colts shocking some people for some reason. I feel like the Vikings they're trying to figure things out, and it might be too little, too late um, when it's all said and done with this game.
The Colts are one of those teams that I think at the end of the season you look at like the playoff picture and you're like, oh shit, they're there.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's one of those teams where like they're just there.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm looking at their season schedule. They lost the first game against the Texans 29-27. Lost to the Packers 16-10. The next loss against the Jaguars 37-34. And then to the Texans 23-20. So three of those have been division rivals, and they've
So
been
they
by field goals.
they very well could have like
So I'm
won all those
saying, and
games.
now they got Joey Flacco for the rest of the year, and I'm sure that these wide receivers are very excited about that because they be
Yes.
killing when he's playing. So
Yeah, they're gonna eat.
yeah, they just look like a whole different team
Yeah,
with
I
him
hope
there.
so.
So yeah, man, it's gonna be a tight game though. It could go either way. I'm gonna just my hunch tells me Indy. Um, this is jumping off topic, but shout out to Pittsburgh. I would probably have them number three right now, behind Detroit in the top three power rankings.
They're playing really well. Russell
Yeah,
Wilson is shutting a lot of people up.
yeah. Like their defense is for real.
Yes.
Yeah, team
Like if I had
defense at
if I had
best.
to choose the best defense, it would probably be between them and Kansas City, maybe.
They're for real. And not because they smacked around the Jets or anything like that, but their defense was yeah, it's for real.
Yeah,
Mike Tomlin knew what he was doing.
yeah. I could
I
see them
never
going.
doubted it.
Yep.
Never doubted him.
I could see them possibly sneaking in and being like a number one seed by the end of the
Possibly,
season.
man.
That's
They might
yep.
have that bye week if they continue, but they're in a little tough division as well. So let's see how they do against Baltimore.
Yeah, the end of their season is Ravens, Chiefs, and Bengals. Those last
Ooh,
three games are going to test them.
Mm.
that's a good test to go into the playoffs too.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of see where you're at, kind of thing. Gut check.
Yeah, they're on a bye this week, but Steelers are looking scary.
Definitely.
Cesar,
Okay.
this is off topic, and we could wrap up after this if you guys want.
Sure.
Are the Jets gonna run the table?
Let's look at their schedule.
Yeah, let's maybe look at the schedule. They're winning tonight. How about that?
Oh wow,
Ooh,
I
I
like
like
that.
that. It's
They're
gutsy.
winning tonight. Yeah, they're winning tonight, bro. I have Devontae going off today for some reason.
I
I don't
need
know.
him to. So
I
we
think
got
Devontae's gonna go off. Garrett Wilson's gonna score.
What do you think?
Aaron Rodgers played very well last time. They played Thursday. So
Yeah, what do you think? What's not happening in your opinion?
their first of all, their defense is not the same.
No, not at all. That's one
No,
thing I just want to point that out too. Like
they
their
yeah,
defense is not what the defense was last year.
and I feel like they're in the middle of an identity crisis because of it.
Yes.
They probably felt, you know, they probably felt like if they were to score 20 points, that would be enough, like last year. But it's not the case anymore. Um, and yeah, it's honestly the last couple games they've lost because their defense couldn't get a stop towards the end of the game. Also, they gotta if they get on the red zone, they gotta score, man. They gotta score more touchdowns. It's like leaving runners in scoring position, and you can't like that makes a huge difference. And also their kicker too, man. Like
Bradashur.
these teams have to.
He's 9 for 15, 60% kicking right now.
Yeah, they have to
Not they
they
put him
have
on
to
the IR too, so they have a new kicker this week, at least for this game.
Good.
yeah, it's difficult to get a win in the NFL. Like any
Hmm.
given, it's any given Sunday league. So those 3 points are very important. Like they were they cost them the game last week,
Hmm.
I
and I
think
think they
it's
cost them 2 or 3 games
that's
already.
what I was gonna say. I think their kicking game has cost them. I don't know if last week makes it 4 games or 3 games, but it's cost them a lot of games, too many games.
Yeah,
Want to say at least three: the one against the Broncos, the one against the Bills, and the one against the Patriots. So they could have easily been like 5-3 right now.
yeah. It's like little miscues, similar to the Yankees. Like
Hmm.
some like little miscues that just like get rid of the momentum of what they could have.
I
Because firepower they have.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I'm looking at the schedule. Realistically, if they beat the Texans tonight, then they got to play the Cardinals. That's winnable. The Colts, that's winnable, depending on how the Colts are playing. Seahawks, that's kind of winnable.
Yeah,
Uh, Dolphins is kind of winnable.
yeah.
Jaguars is kind of winnable, and then they play the Rams. I don't know if that's a really winnable game.
We'll see.
And then the Bills and Dolphins to close out the season, which are probably going to be tough games because they're divisional.
How many
So
games is that? 8 games left?
I think 7 or 8. Let me count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
I
6,
believe
7,
nine, no?
9,
Nine
9.
games.
Yeah,
9.
9.
So realistically, like if they play up to their standard, I could see them going 8-1.
And if that happens, they could probably sneak in the wild card.
Damn
So
it. I'm going all in on the Jets. I'm ready for my heart to get broken again.
If they could at least win the next 3 games,
win
3 to 4
tonight. Just
games,
win
yeah,
thanite, please. Just
yeah.
win. Just
Yes.
win
And yeah,
tonight, man.
they need to
Listen,
win tonight because if they don't,
similar to the Yankees, the Jets are down 3-0 in the series, per se.
Pretty
mhm.
So
much.
that's it.
Good luck, Jets. I'm gonna watch, that's for sure. Yeah.
All
Run the
right.
ball. That's what they need to do. Run the ball. Oh, I'm sorry. I was looking at stats while y'all were talking. All right. So rushing attempts 177, passing attempts 292. That's a that's not a balanced offense. You need to run the ball a little bit more. Like I
And
understand.
they have two very good backs
Yeah.
that plays different styles, so they can definitely like mix and match. And
And if you
Brees Hall
don't
is a
run
home
it,
run threat.
throw some screens at him.
Yes.
Aaron
And
Rodgers, you're really good at this.
they're gonna have to do I think they're gonna have to go on a spiritual journey, bro. I think they're gonna have to do something in that locker room because low key, I be thinking this team is cursed sometimes, bro. It is just it's some. There's certain things I can't even explain.
Can I tell you
Like
something? I was watching the Patriots game with them,
me too.
bro, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, they're not doing anything wrong, but they're gonna lose this game. Like, you can't fault. Like, there was like, I was just like, wow, this team is cursed. This
Yeah,
team is cursed.
honestly, that no funny. That that was my thought process. I'm like, yo, this team might that as be cursed.
Yep. I had to tweet at Woody Johnson, and I told him he's the worst owner behind Jerry Jones
Oh,
Oh
wow.
because
wow.
I need him to be hands off.
Really?
Just,
After all the moves he just made?
bro, I think firing Robert Saleh was a mistake when they did it. I
Okay.
wouldn't
That
have
was
minded
weird.
I
if they
kind of agree
fired
on that
him
at the end of the
like
season.
either at the end of the season or before the season starts. But
Yeah,
to do it, midweek was
Yeah.
kind of weird when you're still in the hunt. I
yeah.
think that really just shifted the emotions in the locker room, and it didn't do what he thought it would do. Like normally you fire a coach, it fires players up. I think it did the complete opposite. It kind
Mm.
of
Yeah,
killed the vibe.
it did yeah, a little bit more harm than good. Kind of
But the
lost a
players
little.
loved him.
Yeah.
From what I
But
see, yeah.
I feel like the guy who's taking over, he's been doing a good job.
He's been
He's
doing
good.
okay, but he's a defensive coordinator and the head coach. So for a
It's
guy
like
who's never been a head coach, is like,
yeah, it's like Roberto said, bro. It seemed like they're doing everything okay, and they just find a way to
Yeah.
lose towards the end. Against the Pittsburgh Steelers, they almost had a perfect start to the game. People forget.
Yeah. They were beating us pretty
Then
good.
I don't know where I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
They look like a whole different team after a while.
Yeah.
But X's and O's standpoint, that defense, man, got it. I don't know what they're
Yeah.
gonna. They have to do. They have to scheme up differently.
Yeah, I
I think
think
it's what you said. They have to kind of like look at themselves in the mirror and see who they really are,
Hmm.
and then say, okay, we're not a defense that's going to hold you down to 17 points.
No, we got to be more aggressive offensively, man.
Yeah.
Be more aggressive and don't settle for these field goals. Clearly,
go
then
for it on fourth.
they're not making it anyway. So might as well go
Yeah.
for broke.
But so go for it, yeah.
I know Aaron Rodgers ain't gonna be mad at that.
No, that's true.
Telling me you can't do a back shoulder fade to Devontae in the fourth down on the regular. I like my chances.
Me too.
But now on that note, fellas, happy Halloween.
Yes. Happy Halloween. Be safe out there for all those going out to trick or treat with their kids and stuff. I know I'll be out there later tonight.
Yes, please be safe out there.
Yes.
Definitely. And now I hope ya get to eat a lot of candy
Yeah. Enjoy.
and
Have
enjoy.
fun.
Definitely.
And be safe.
And take some pictures and videos.
Yes. Thank you all for the support. Continue to like, share, and subscribe. Till next
Yes.
time.
Bye.
Thank you.